We are already halfway through August, and this is where I find myself slacking on my health and fitness habits. This is mainly just because I'm living life. I have been doing so much. I just got back from a cottage. I was doing concerts and festivals and going to patios, going to dinners, just doing everything. And sometimes when you do that, you can kind of slack on the things that keep you healthy and keep you focused and keep you feeling really good about yourself. So if you found that you have been slacking on some of your health and fitness goals, maybe you're not feeling the best in your body, and you overall just need some motivation to lock the F back in, then this video is going to be for you because I am doing the same thing. I am right here with you guys. And if you are new, my name is Alicia Gogan. Welcome to the channel. And if you're not new, then welcome back. I feel like, especially on my Instagram, which if you're not following my Instagram, definitely follow me, Alicia Gogan. I post a lot on my stories to keep you motivated and just show you guys what I'm up to. But I've been getting a lot of feedback on this feeling of slacking a bit when it comes to our healthy habits and fitness and health. So I feel like a lot of us are on the same page. So let's talk about locking back in. The end of the summer is definitely a place where we do one of two things. We stay consistent or we fall off knowing that fall's around the corner, and yeah, I'll do a rebrand in September and you're gassed out, so you just kind of like let things go, and then you have another spurt of energy and you go super hard in the fall, and then you slack off in the winter, and then you start again. Listen, we are always going to go through phases when it comes to health and wellness, so I always like to remind myself of that. It's okay that sometimes you slow it down, sometimes you speed it up, but it's really about getting yourself back on as quickly as possible and not falling too much off of your goals, which is what August can definitely be. And I saw a quote on Pinterest and it basically said August is the Sunday of summer. And on one hand, we use August as a way to pack in so many plans and do so many things, but August is a really good time to treat it like Sundays. And for me personally, I love a good Sunday reset. It's a time where we're being soft and loving with ourselves, but we're also probably doing some cleaning. Maybe we're meal prepping. We're planning for the week to come. We're really preparing ourselves. And I think that that's what we should use this month to do. So the first thing I like to do when I am trying to lock back in on my health and fitness habits, and I talk about this all the time, but it's really to look at what has happened, whether you had a busy summer and you still have so many things going on, or it's been chaotic, or maybe you just haven't been doing anything for whatever reason. It doesn't really matter. Just look at it as life. It's fine, it happened, and also like you didn't ruin your progress, because I think that can really set us up for failure, and we push off going hard and locking in on our habits when we've fallen off, when we have the mindset of everything we just did has been ruined. Like when you look at it like that, it's very difficult to start because it almost feels like you're starting from square one, and you're never really starting from square one. The second thing that I love to do when I'm trying to lock in is to look at all the habits that I did fall off of and why, and then readjust and kind of set new and improved goals for these things. Because to be honest, there's a lot of reasons why you could be falling off of your health and wellness goals. Yes, it could be the fact that you were super busy, right? And you know, I had a cottage weekend, I did concerts and festivals, but at the end of the day, I also knew those things were happening. So there were going to need to be things that I needed to kind of adjust and adapt so that I could still stay healthy through those times. And for the most part, I did, but there was definitely things I was still trying to hold on to that when it was time to do all of these summer plans, I realized I couldn't keep up with the goals that I had. And so moving forward, I first of all still have a lot more plans for August and even September. Like I want to live my life in every season of my life. So there's a few things that I'll just give you examples on, just because that's what I'm doing right now, that I'm going to be adjusting. So for the first thing is my workouts. This has definitely been, if anything, the main thing that I've fallen off of is movement. Now, I will say this, I am still walking regularly. I typically will make sure that I'm still getting into the gym and doing like a workout class, like at least like once a week and things like that. But I really was doing the absolute bare minimum, and I started to feel not good. Like you don't feel good when you're not sweating and moving your body and getting out that energy. So there was probably like a 2-week span one that I really didn't do anything really other than like the walks and things like that. I also have a puppy, so I have to walk him. And of course, I was doing other things like concerts, festivals, all those things, but still, I really actually did start to crave my workouts. But I found that one of the habits that I was in was going to Pilates, like a Pilates studio, 1 or 2 times a week. But when my life got really busy, I found myself putting off my Pilates class, and then I wouldn't really do much because maybe it wasn't the day that I was going into the gym, but I also didn't have enough time in my day to go to the Pilates class. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I live in downtown Toronto, and my Pilates studio that I have, or the one that I like the most, is called LSDR Studios. It's a great studio. If you're in Toronto, definitely try it out. But it takes a good like 45 minutes to walk there and 45 minutes back. Now, I'm a walker. I love to walk, especially in the mornings. It's so nice in the city. But it started to feel like it was taking a huge chunk of my morning just to go to a 50-minute Pilates class. It was taking like 2+ hours out of my day. And when life got busy, I felt like I can't do that. I can't do it tomorrow because I'm not gonna have enough time. And I also cannot justify taking an Uber there and back every single time to go to a workout class when I do live in a walkable city, but also I really hate taking Ubers in the city. If you know, then you know. So I knew that I needed to do something different for my workouts in order to get me back in a consistent routine. So what I'm currently doing is I have a gym downstairs in my condo, and I am only just focusing on getting down into the gym Monday to Friday as a part of my morning routine, and not even worrying about classes right now, not even worrying about like anything else really, because I know that that will be an easier barrier to entry essentially for me to do. And with that, I've actually been doing my ladder workouts again. Now, I've actually worked with them before on a YouTube video, so I don't know if the link will still like work, but regardless, I'm pretty sure they always do a 7-day free trial. So if you want to try them, like honestly, that's such a good app if you are short on time, but you still want that motivation and you don't want to just program all of your workouts yourself, or you get bored of them, like maybe you just got bored of them. That's what I've been incorporating as well. So I even did like a dumbbell lower body workout today at the gym. I was in and out so quickly. I did a good sweat. It was like a 40-minute workout, and I just felt so freaking accomplished. And it also changes up the days where I'm doing my own workouts, and I saved so much time. I got back in. So if you don't have a gym at home, and you also don't maybe want to go to the gym, or it's just taking too much out of your time, I don't know, it depends on your situation, you can even do at-home workouts. Go on YouTube and find somebody. Sydney Cummings is one of the best YouTubers in my personal opinion who does workouts, and she has all different types of programs. You can even do Pilates, you can do hot yoga, you can find people for free on YouTube. You just want to simplify and make it so easy for you to do something into your routine during the weeks. And even for me, sometimes I've had phases where it was like, I'm just gonna go on a morning walk, I'm gonna go on a really long walk. So if you're in your hot girl walk era, do that, but just do it consistently. At least that's what I'm doing. Monday to Friday, I'm making sure that that's a part of my routine. Again, I already feel so freaking good. Another thing that I'm focusing in on is meal prepping again. I mainly stopped because a lot of the times I'll go to my boyfriend's house on the weekends if we're not staying here. So if it has already been a busy week and I didn't meal prep by Tuesday or even Wednesday, I kind of put it off because I'm like, I'm gonna go to his place on the weekend and we go out for dinner and this, that. But I'm making it a priority again to make sure that I am having a few meals prepped. I'm not a super heavy meal prepper. I just like to have my proteins on hand during the week. An idea, okay, I'm gonna have my steak and salad. That's what I had for lunch today, or my salmon and salad, which is what I'm gonna have for dinner. I make sure to have my coffee, my cream, my eggs, turkey bacon, all the things that I need that will allow me to make the right decisions when it comes to eating. Because if you don't have good food in your place and or things prepped, then are you really gonna eat that well? No, you're not. I made sure to go to Costco again with my boyfriend. We usually do that like once a month just to stock up mainly on protein. And another thing that I also did, which I wasn't really doing before, and I was kind of relying on yogurt bowls and Ninja high protein creamies, which I have such a good recipe for that, which I can just leave it in the description. It's very minimal ingredients and so good. And sorry, my dog is now up and not eating his bone and he wants to play. But with those two, in my personal opinion, like healthier little nightcaps, I was kind of getting sick and tired of them. And then on the days that I did want something sweet, If I was out, me and my boyfriend would go get ice cream, whatever the case, which I'm so for eating that. But when you do that too many times, it's like, you just don't feel good. At least that's just how I feel. So what I made sure to do was actually stock up on a lot of fruit because I haven't really been eating a lot of fruit and I love it. So I ended up getting some peaches and I also got some raspberries from Costco and some grapes from Costco. And sometimes I like to freeze my grapes, but that was so good to have on hand because even today, after my salad, as I was working, I wanted a little bit of a snack and I kind of had that little sweet tooth and I had some grapes and that just completely just helped my craving and that was great. But honestly, I want to add more fiber into my meals as well. And I feel like that's another thing that can go on the sideline when you are doing the bare minimum with your health and wellness is you forget that yes, eating high protein can be good. I know everyone has their own goals, but for the most part, like the trend right now is high protein, maybe even clean ingredients or like minimal ingredients, or people focus on not having a lot of carbs. All these things can be like good to focus on, but I think another thing that we forget about is having fiber. So what I was doing in the mornings was sometimes having a piece of toast with a piece of turkey bacon and an egg. I've been doing that consistently because that's the thing that I crave the most in the morning. And I've been doing that before coffee, which I'm so happy that I got out of that habit of drinking coffee before breakfast. But I started to think I wasn't really having that much fiber within that meal. So I was just thinking, okay, let's add fiber through fruit. And I've been doing some more salads and stuff like that. Another thing that always makes me feel good, and it kind of got messed up, like actually quite a bit, but I already knew, like I did plan in my head, I'm like, Alicia, your sleep's probably gonna get a little messed up because we had so much going on, but that is making sure that I'm getting back on my sleep schedule, which for me looks like eating my dinner like quite early in the evening and leaving room if I want to have a yogurt bowl. Sometimes I don't, or like a creamy or whatever, and everything be eaten and done like latest like 8 p.m. so that around 8:30 is when I do my night shift. I make sure to clean my dishes, I make sure my space is clean, I take my magnesium, I brush my teeth, I make sure my face is clean, like everything that I need to do, and I'm getting into bed around that time. So that way I can get into bed. I still go on my phone sometimes. I usually just watch a show. Right now I'm loving Below Deck again. And by the time it hits like 9:30, usually I'm over being on my phone because there's like nothing to do. I've already probably spoken to my boyfriend, said goodnight, or I'm telling him goodnight, and I've watched enough of a show where I'm kind of like already ready to go to sleep, and then I'm actually falling asleep around 10 o'clock, which is so key to being able to wake up in the morning, having your morning routine, and doing all the things that you need to do in the first place. So whatever it is that you've fallen off of, think about why that happened and give yourself grace, of course, but try to course correct in a way that might be a little bit easier for you to get back on it. And you know, sometimes it's just simply you got bored of your workouts, so you need to change things up, or you know, maybe you're really busy in your life right now, so that means you have to adjust to doing like shorter workouts, whatever the case is. But just take some time out of your day for the rest of the summer. For me, I look at it kind of like the rest of August and September, really lock in during that time, and then just know when end of September comes, or even honestly like mid-September, you're gonna move into fall. Things are gonna change a little bit, but also remind yourself that at least where I live, Canada, this weather is not gonna last. The warm, sunny mornings where the sun is out at 6 a.m., it is not gonna be here forever. So I always try to remind myself of that as well. Now I wanna talk about some mindset shifts that I speak on all the time within most of the topics that I speak on my channel, but I think it's very important for us to hear it, especially at the beginning, because when you find, okay, I've kind of slacked and you're kind of gearing up to kind of start again, we have a lot of anticipation that is built on perfectionism to the point where, again, sometimes we like set unrealistic goals, or we put so much pressure on ourselves and then we push things off because we're waiting for it to be perfect and things like that. So for one, always allow yourself to start very messy, okay? Like a quick workout is better than no workout at all. A workout at home is better than you getting back into your workout classes if you don't have time. Going to pick up groceries and just stocking up your fridge, even if you don't have time to meal prep, is better than not. Like, for instance, when I got back from the cottage on Sunday, by the way, we went to a beautiful freaking cottage in Muskoka. Like, in my 30s, what I want for myself is more cottages during the summer. Like, I feel like going out to a patio is nice, and sorry guys, I just have to hold it like this for him while he is bouncing around. But the amount of money that sometimes you can spend on just like going to patios and going to dinners, which are fun and great, and to be honest, shout out to my boyfriend, he's really the one that is taking me out to these places. But I feel like putting some money towards a few cottages throughout the summer can be so much more of a core memory experience than just doing dinners or partying during the summer. So I would just highly recommend. I'm actually going to another cottage with my set of friends in like 2 weeks, and I already cannot wait. But anyways, when I got back, of course I was tired and I wasn't planning on doing much. It was kind of like a chill Sunday night, but I was like, you know what? I know I want to kind of like really get back going tomorrow morning, or like tomorrow on the Monday, but I could just not be so lazy and quickly run to the grocery store and get like just a few things. I knew we had to go to Costco, but I was like, I don't have my cream, I don't have eggs, and if I don't have eggs, then I'm gonna literally not have anything in the morning, and that's not gonna start my Monday off right. I'm not gonna be very motivated and feel like the best version of myself. And there's a few other things. So I was like, you know what, just run to the store. You don't have to meal prep. You don't need to make it a big elaborate thing, but if you just do the small little things, you're gonna feel so much better. And of course, that set me up for success to be able to really lock in on that Monday. Now, there's gonna be another voice that comes inside of your head when you are trying to get back on the grind. And that is gonna be the voice that's like, I just don't feel like doing it though. Like my energy's not there, I don't feel well. First of all, understand that it's of course you're not gonna probably feel well when you're starting back up on things, because you're probably depleted. You probably haven't been taking care of yourself, right? Like maybe you're sluggish because you haven't been eating the best. I was eating a lot of candy at the cottage, which, you know what? It is what it is. But of course I'm not gonna be feeling my best self. So just understand that. But I was telling myself this actually this morning because I woke up like quite tired, and I was thinking like, oh, I don't wanna go and like work out and stuff. But in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna have to do it regardless. But I was telling myself, Alicia, the gym actually doesn't require you to want to do it. Eating well doesn't require you to want to do it. You just have to do it. When it comes to taking care of yourself, your emotions are very actually irrelevant to these things, even though they play the biggest part in the role, whether you're going to do it or not. But I think sometimes we allow our emotions to do the negotiating, which we shouldn't. And this is kind of leading me into the next thing. And I think I'm really realizing this as I'm getting older. I'm turning 30 at the end of, well, in November. And I just realized that when it comes to health and fitness, although you will have to pivot, adjust, change, and really like adapt and all those things, there should really be no room for negotiation. And I think we allow ourselves to negotiate some of these very important things, like these daily habits that shouldn't be negotiated. Now, something that allows me to feel more motivated and pulls me to getting up and actually doing the thing is really reminding myself of how I will feel. And I think sometimes it's very underrated to think that. We think about all the ways that it's gonna be hard and I don't wanna do it and I'm not feeling the best, but I want you to really feel into how you feel when you are done the workout or when you eat the good meal. How do you feel about yourself in the moment once it's done, but also just knowing that when you're done your workout for the day or even at night, whatever, like the sleep that you'll have, the energy that you're going to have, the confidence that you're going to have. And actually, when it comes to the feeling state, this is why I've been focusing a little bit more on cardio movements and things like that right now, because I am just craving a good sweat and that endorphin rush that you get when you are finished like a long, hard cardio session, even like a hard like weightlifting session, whatever it is, but like I want that good sweat. And that's really what I told myself. I even told myself that today. I was not even feeling very motivated for other things. I'm also in my luteal phase, so I find that I really like get in this mindset during this time. And so I just told myself, don't focus on anything else during today and how much you're like not motivated, because I feel like that's just also going to affect you going to work out, because you're not going to want to do it, because you're going to be like literally screw the entire day, which we're not going to do. Just know that when you are done the workout or when you eat well, you will feel better. Which leads me into the last thing that I also think I personally can slack on when it comes to staying locked into some of my health and wellness goals is making sure that my environment and my world, whether it's like me consuming social media, because I do consume social media. I watch YouTubers, I go on Instagram, things like that. But even in real life, that everything is really helping me continue to stay in healthy habits and reflecting to me and motivating me to be that person. So if you've fallen off from watching your favorite influencer who's a health and fitness influencer, maybe get back on a routine of that. I know that that helps me a lot. Or if you listen to podcasts a lot, like get back into that little routine. Something that really helps me as well is having a morning practice. I talk about it all the time, journaling, connecting to spirit. Like it's just a non-negotiable, and that changes my entire day. Making sure that I have certain routines put in place to allow me to then lock in, because how are you going to be this most locked in version of yourself, health and wellness and this and that, when you have no routine, no sleep schedule, you are consuming really unhealthy things on social media, you have friends and like people around you who are partying, drinking, that don't support your lifestyle, maybe you have no support in general, like that's probably gonna make it really hard for you to do these things. So with all that said, this is your motivation to lock back in. Do not give up. Do not let up. You don't need to. Just keep going and adjust where needed. And think about the person that you want to be at the end of the year, which we're gonna go into because I want to make a video on rebranding for the fall. So we're gonna go more into identity work, mood boarding, really thinking about those longer term goals. But just think that you're gonna need to be this person so that you can continue showing up and building your dream life, because you know, I don't know, for me, and I know for a lot of you guys, but like we have things that we want to accomplish, okay? Like I got Pinterest boards that I need to live out, and I've been doing that, and we're gonna keep doing that. But in order to do that, we have to get up, we have to get out of bed, we have to take care of ourselves, we have to be better at adapting and just moving with life when it happens, and being those women or even men, because I know men watch my videos as well, but being that person who really goes for their dream life. We are not living a mediocre life, okay? I have many different seasons of my life, but all I know is I'm not living passively, and I'm just not going to be that person that doesn't take care of themselves. I'm just not going to do it. So you're not going to do it either. Hopefully this video helped. If it did, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you'd want to see for the rebranding video as well, which will be coming up. I also kind of want to do a video on like preparing yourself for the future, your future dream life as well. Some of the things that I do and I have done to allow me to have and live out my dream life. So that's a topic that I'm kind of interested in speaking on as well. Again, if you are new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.